What inspired me to start the Toronto All-Star Steel Orchestra was back in 2000, a lot of students from the Roseville Public School were migrating to, after grade 6, graduating on to grade 7 and 8, but they did not offer steel pan in those schools. So actually the parents of the young musicians and I came up with the idea we should have the kids meet once a week to continue playing the steel pan, because they had a very good experience going to cornice competitions and performing all over the city. So they started an alumni steel band at Roseville Public School.
I've been playing steel pan in the band TASSO for 6 years. The year that I actually came was a trip year, but it was unfortunate that I couldn't go on it because I didn't learn all the songs quickly enough, but it was a good experience from there until now. My favorite song to play would probably be Chicken, because it's a very lively song and it encourages you and me and the audience both to start, like they could even get out of their seats and start dancing with us because it's that much of a engaging song.
My favorite song to play is probably To Love You More, because there's a lot of arpeggios and it's hard, but it's really fun.
All right.
Oh, so we have about 30 members playing in the band, and how many instruments?
There are about 5 different types of steel pan in the orchestra. So the tenor, double seconds, double gaiter, 6 bass, and quadraphonic. So that's the family that we have in our band room. There are more instruments than that in the steel pan ensemble, but these are like a stage side. In Trinidad and Tobago, where steel pan was originated, that's what we call a stage side. So it gets to cover all the different ranges in the traditional orchestra, like trumpet, violin, and bass, and so on. So each of the musicians, from one song to the other, they switch, so they get to experience what somebody in a different section is playing. So they don't just play the upright bass alone. If you're in the traditional orchestra, they go up and they play the trumpet, and so on. So for example, they will play tenor in the front, and then they'll switch and they'll go to double guitar. So they experience versatility, understanding and recognizing what somebody else in the section have to put up with musically or not. Well, how do they manage school and music? We try to have a balance for the year. Now, most of our performances that we do will be on the weekend or after school. Special performances like today, we decided that we'll send out an email to everyone and ask, do we want to do this performance or not? And if the majority says, yes, we'll participate in this performance, then we'll take it. It is a trip year too, so performing as much as possible in a trip year, it sharpens their chops somewhat. So when we represent Canada, we'll be on our game. Because other countries, it's like soccer or hockey, you play a lot of practice games before, and so this is, we could call this a practice. This school year, so next summer in 2019, July of 2019, we'll be representing Canada in an international festival in Spain. Every other year we participate in international festivals because there's a lot of logistics involved in organizing it. So the past performance we did was in Australia, and we performed in Sydney Opera House, and we came out with the Gold Award for that performance. So this coming school, at end of this school year in 2019, July, we will be going to Spain. Well, I'd love to tell you about fundraising. Fundraising is very difficult. But over the last year, we have been very fortunate to get some corporate sponsors coming in. Like for example, CIBC Visa. They give everyone a Visa card loaded with enough money to buy food and little trinkets while they were away, so they didn't have to worry about that. Other companies also donated like shirts, jerseys, uniforms, part of the uniforms. And every year we do a big concert, annual concert, which prepare, because to carry the instruments one way to Europe is about $8,000 to $9,000 according to Air Canada pricing, or the rates, cargo rates at that point in time. So both ways you're looking at, we try to have at least $16,000 just for the instruments only. All right. So our last concert one of the parents had an ingenious idea of selling parts of the program. So businesses were buying, a couple of pages in the program, which assist TASSO in raising funds. So, and trips like these are very expensive. Not everybody could afford to go, as you know. So we don't leave anybody behind, though. We fundraise as much as we can, and once somebody is showing interest in going, we make sure that they can go. So since 2000 to now, we have never left anybody behind, and we are working hard now to try to see if we can get everybody to go as well. I was part of a group like this traveling when I was a teenager. So it was joy for me to start TASSO traveling, to experience other groups, what they're doing. They come back. I can remember when I left on my first trip, I came back and my parents didn't recognize me, not in looks, but my attitude. You get to appreciate a lot of different cultures more, appreciate a lot of different things in society more when you travel. For some reason, it just ties everything together. So when somebody joined the band, normally in grade 7, they normally stay until they're ready to go to university. Because normally they go away for university, right? Nobody is tied with shackles to stay. They're free to go if they want to go, but most people stay until university. In fact, we have 2 members in the band who is locally going to university in Toronto, and they are still in the band practicing. So people, when they come back for reading week or whatever, the band room is too full. So all the alumni coming back, and they want to practice and get their hands back on the instrument. So it's been an addictive effect as well for some students.